The Deerhorn boy went up the dilapidated suspension bridge. Below the bridge is a valley of poisonous flowers. Suddenly the wooden board under the feet rotted. In a panic he grabbed the rope. When his friend saw it, he was extremely worried. But he was afraid that the suspension bridge could not bear the weight. Now that the rope was broken, Gay was in danger. The fat uncle wanted to save him, but the rope suddenly broke. Gay fell down, until he rolled to the bottom of the cliff before stopping. The boy fainted. At this point, the poisonous flower slowly spread the poison into Gay's body. Gay fell into a fantasy. There were candies that can't be eaten, as well as pearl milk tea. More importantly, he met his father. His father instructed him to do things to follow his heart, to be decisive and brave enough to go forward, like that to be mature enough. After his father disappeared, Gay was deeply saddened. He was constantly looking for his father. Suddenly he heard the fat uncle calling out to him. In reality, the fat uncle saved him from the poison flower. Maybe it's because Gay is half animal. Gay woke up with the bear girl beside him. It turned out that after running out, the fat uncle was about to help Gay find his mother. Halfway when he met the bear girl found an address in Essex country. It was most likely the home of the boy's mother. So she also joined the team. But in order to get on the train, they had to cross the Valley of Tragedy. This is a valley filled with poisonous flowers. There is an old suspension bridge across the road. The fat uncle objected to cross the suspension bridge. When the two of them were arguing, Gay went up the bridge alone, and the same thing happened. Finally, under Gay efforts, the fat uncle and the girl became friends. They finally got on the train. Moreover, they were very lucky. This was a freight train. There were no passengers on board. Gay was looking at the scenery along the way. He heard movement next to him. The door was slowly opening. They quickly escaped. Turned out to be the repairman. But now Gay drops a bottle. The repairman found him. Seeing that he was discovered, the fat uncle had to fight only one battle with the repairman. But the repairman was not inferior to the fat uncle. The fat uncle quickly gained the upper hand. However, the fat uncle discovered that the repairman was an old friend of his. They also knew that. The next stop is Essex country. Suddenly, the girl rushed over to indicate that someone from the Last Man organization was walking this way. Only then did they discover that this was a train that was covered by the Last Man's people. See them coming. The repairman stood out to buy time for them. Now there is no other option. After the fat uncle and the staff said goodbye to each other, they jumped off the train. They quickly went to Essex country. The boy found his mother's whereabouts. He was as happy as a child. Gay hastily knocked on the door. After opening the door, the woman inside was bewildered. She did not expect that Gay was still alive. But she was not Gay mother Poti. Her name is July, and she is a former colleague of Poti. After the epidemic broke out, she was always here. And Poti 10 years ago picked up her suitcase and went to find Gay. July also gave Gay a key. Gay used the key to open the attic. Inside are all the items of his mother. The girl quickly found a document, above which was Poti's research paper. Gay also saw a picture. He became suspicious, so he flipped through more pictures. Sentence discovered that he had a translation to plugged into each picture. He seemed to have understood something. He couldn't accept this fact at all. Gay stormed up sadly. They learned the story from July's place. It turned out that at the time, Gay's parents were both working at the Smith Institute. His mother is a scientist. His father is a sanitation worker. They met at a bar. The two of them with similar interests quickly fell in love. Suddenly one day, Poti received an immediate call to the Research Institute. So Dad took his car keys. After arriving at the Research Institute, they snuck inside. They discovered that this place had been taken over by the army. They sneak into the laboratory. Poti showed her husband the research results. This baby is now Gay. Dad was bewildered for a while. I can't believe it. The baby in front of me is artificial. Suddenly the baby burst into tears. The army men chased. Poti explained that the baby must be taken away, or the baby would be dissected for experiments. So Dad pretended to be a cleaning officer to attract the attention of the military. Poti took the opportunity to leave. After that, Dad was also able to get out. Poti asked him to take Gay and leave. She had to go back to get the research materials and burn the place. Otherwise, it will fall into the wrong hands and face serious disaster, because this place had studied epidemics. He just had to take the baby, watching Poti go away. He also hurriedly left this place and took Gay into the forest. At this point, Gay got angry. He threw away the picture of his mother. He spotted a plane in the distance. He also picked up an advertisement for the sanctuary. Seeing the walkie-talkie inside, Gay hesitated. the fat uncle found Gay. As soon as they sat down, they heard a sound. The fat uncle fell down. Gay was frightened. Kept shaking the fat uncle. Turns out Gay wanted to go to the sanctuary. He wanted to live with half animal, taking advantage of walkie-talkies to contact protected areas. But even if he dreamed, he did not expect that. The people of the sanctuary were the organization of the last man. They locked Gay in a cage, ready to take him back to base. The bald general discovered the fat uncle's tattoo and considered him a traitor. Seeing the fat uncle lying there, Gay deeply regretted it. He was brought in front of the doctor. The doctor, who saw the half animal for the first time, was also very surprised. He gave Gay snacks. "Thank you." This time he was even more surprised, looking at Gay's pitiful eyes. The doctor couldn't bear it. He changed the test subject to a lizardman. Gay in the prison saw a lot of half animals. At the top is a pig girl. It turns out that in the past, the pig girl's shelter had received a lot of half animals. But unfortunately they were marked. Mary's mother wanted to drag the last man organization to let them run from the water pipe, but was still caught. By the time Mary came running, it was already late. "Hi, my name is Wendy." "Hi, my name is Gay." The two of them hugged each other. In the end, everyone hugged each other tightly. At this moment, Gay felt an unprecedented happiness. The fat uncle was also saved by the mystic. The one who saved them was Mary. "Tomorrow we go save the children?" At the same time, the bear girl discovered that the cordless phone port he left behind had a reaction. In the evening, she remembers her sister. Suddenly the phone shone connecting. In the distant snowy land, a woman picked up her phone. She was the mother of Gay. Potty. Hello. Part 1 of the movie ends here. The details of the last few segments are closely linked. What will be their fate in the end? Let's wait for part 2.